Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us we have the Raddy RF919. This is an AM, FM, long wave, weather band, air band, CB, VHF, UHF, single sideband, shortwave, portable radio. During this video, I'll perform a daytime medium wave band scan. Haven't been able to do that in my review, so I'll be doing many band scans with this radio since it has a ton of bands. So expect that. But first we'll go over features, second I'll do a size comparison, and third we'll start cruising the daytime band. So here it is, the Raddy RF919. You can find these selling on Amazon currently at $269, though I did see a 10% off coupon, so that's not bad at all, bringing the price down. Also, you can save $15 at their website using my friend code in the paid links section down below. Go check that out if you are interested in this radio. It's definitely a great radio for the experimenter, and I love it. And expect future band scans too with external antennas. I'm going to definitely explore that route as well. So the RF919, let's see what it offers. Sturdy build quality, I really like it. It's a bigger radio, definitely has a bigger heft to it. I got it propped up with a little battery, so we're just going to talk about the front of the radio. We have our LCD, which we're going to turn on. So we can turn on the backlight with this time set button. So we'll hit that. The little light bulb indicates that we have this LCD on all the time. This is secondary. That one will go off in a little bit, and you can turn that on as well. And I'll show you how to do that with the alarm button. Hit the alarm button, and now that will stay on all the time during your tuning session until you turn them off. If you don't turn them off, your battery will go dead. They just stay on, which is nice. And the same with the key lighting. There's no button for that. You have to actually go through the configuration settings to turn them on. But as you can see, all the buttons are backlit, which is really nice in the dark. So you can see that's really nice. Anyway, you can see we had a perpetual calendar. You can see my date here, May 13th, 2024. Current time is 10:33 Central Daylight Time. I'm near Chicago, Illinois, USA for the sake of the band scan. You can see this little TF card installed, so if you see something or hear something cool, I can record it directly with the radio, but of course I'm recording with the camera, so be redundant, but I could do that. So let's look at some buttons. We've got pause, play, squelch. Radio band button does different bands. Sub band, we have a meter band button there, which is nice. A few other options like 9K, 10K stepping, and I think FM band setting. UHF, VHF, I think it has your CB air band on there as well. Bandwidth control we'll be using during this band scan probably. You have a bunch of bandwidth options on medium wave. Demodulation, that's your single sideband, lower and upper when you're on shortwave. Selecting antennas, well, that's a big deal with this radio, and I'll have another video all about external antennas when I get into exploring that route. They're supposed to be making an optional external antenna you can plug in the top here, which I'll show you. Attenuation, you can go DX local. We have a Bluetooth MP3 mode. Showed you these modes here. You got time set, dual alarm, display function. You can show the signal noise ratio or local time up here when the radio is on. Turning the radio on with this button here, and sleep function. Scan ATS button. Set your configuration on your band you're currently on, or when the radio's off, you have different settings. Delete or backspace, that's very handy. You can say you enter a number in frequency, and you entered it wrong by just one number, hit the backspace, and you can delete the back number and enter another number in. I love that button. That's a great thing to have. And of course, delete preset. Preset mode and adding presets manually. Your direct entry keypad for direct entry frequencies. Get there quickly. That's very nice to have. Enter first, and then number. Record function I mentioned to you. That's very handy. EQ, really nice with headphones. Tuning up and down. Of course, browsing up and down. Volume controls. Nice. Here, our main tuning wheel. So this main tuning wheel, you have fast tuning on the outside and fine tuning on the inside. And depending on how you choose the inside, you can actually set the speed. And we'll hopefully get to that. I don't know if I'll be able to show that in action, but you can set the speed at which, how fast this tunes and how fast this goes. So really neat. A little clicky. This is great for single sideband, by the way. When you're on single sideband on shortwave, you can dial in the hams, no problem with it. 3-inch speaker, the hammers, love it. With the right-hand side of the radio, we have our Type-C charge interface for the dual 18650s. There's our micro SD card slot. Headphones for stereo FM listening. Auxiliary in, so you can plug in devices. Nice. Lockout switch. This is interesting. This is a tuner for the internal medium wave and external antennas. You can set it back here. It's a little switch. It says medium wave, shortwave 1, shortwave 2, depending on what type of loop stick you're using on top. And of course, it does do internal tuning as well, though I don't notice much change just on one station pretty much. And hopefully that'll work today and I can show it to you. And of course, that's really handy to have. Of course, going to the top of the radio, you can see we got a carry strap set up. We have a VHF, UHF, SMA connector. It's a male. And then we have our loopstick antenna. Now this is interesting. It is a tip ring sleeve, so it is like a 2-channel. I don't know why they went that route, but they did. So if you're hooking up external antenna like a long wire or a twin coil ferrite from C-Crane, you're going to use this back jack. You're not going to use that one. Of course, you can turn this on and off, this particular one. We have our whip antenna, which is 38 inches for awesome FM reception, which just scored an excellent, by the way. But we're going to be the AM on this thing, but I thought I'd mention it. So AM tuner, there you go. External antenna for shortwave, long wire, medium wave. We have our handle here, which is really deep. I like that. Kick out stand. Super bass reflex there. And of course, 2 flat top 18650s to power the radio. I believe they ship with 2500, so a total of 5000 milliamp hour. It does use the juice. Let me tell you, I do charge this frequently, at least twice a week. So it's going to use the power, probably because of all the lights and everything else in this thing. So let me just prop that back up on my AA battery there. Size comparison real quick, and we'll turn this on. We have C-Crane radios. Yeah, we'll bring those out. We got CC Pocket in the house. Yeah. This says weather alert, and so does this. But yeah, this has a lot more, which is pretty cool. And then we have our Skywave 2, which has AM, FM, weather, air, shortwave. This does it all too. Yeah, and more. This does more. So there you go. There is your Iron Man. Iron Man. He's the man with the master plan. He loves radios that do everything, man. I'm Iron Man. All right, he's gone. Let's go ahead and turn this on and tune the radio. Okay, let's turn this volume up. Maybe not that high yet. So we're greeted with the band we're on. Demodulation. We're on AM band. We're on AM. We have I don't think we can go to. Yeah, I don't think we can go to the. Yeah, it's the only thing about this radio. It doesn't let you do single sideband mode on medium wave, which I wish it did. Maybe in a future update. Our bandwidth, which can change. 4, 6, 1, 1.8, 2, so 2.5. Quite a few options there. Volume, our stepping, and then of course it's showing what type of internal antenna or external antenna we're using. We're using internal, and showing a loop stick, and then of course it's showing a little finger with it pointing that way, and it's, so we can tune it with this. Like again, I didn't notice a huge difference. You're supposed to use these numbers to help you, but just one station to help take a birdie tone away. So let's go ahead and start tuning this. So yeah, we'll just turn outside, does 10K steps. Oh yeah, I was going to show you. So 10K step, you can press the inner tuning wheel in, and it changes the step. I don't know if you can see that there. 5 kilohertz, 10 kilohertz. Not a big deal, because you can still fine tune with this at 1 kilohertz. You can also change that by pressing it in after you've turned it. It's pretty awesome, so you can jump really quickly through a band. Really handy on shortwave or VHF, UHF. But we'll leave it right here so we could have fine tuning. Our first station, WAUK, Jackson, Wisconsin. I gotta go ahead and move this battery out now. It's gonna be kind of crooked. I'll have to kind of hold it. So I gotta turn the radio north. Turn it up.
An embankment to check for the leaking fluid, said the fire chief Travis Leary. They learned the hard way.
Oh my!
Yeah, that's a new.
Let's listen to them for just a second.
Those firefighters, and first responders. It's a movie just called 15 Million Bees.
What? And it's so interesting though, because I don't know how many of us are aware that happens a lot. There are honeybees being moved all over the country by truck.
All right. I don't know if I mentioned it has to have 1,600 presets, 200 per band. More than enough to cover the whole AM band. Don't know why you need for the broadcast band here. All right, cool. And you can see here the audio spectrum and then the signal strength, signal noise ratio. We can put our clock back on if we want for logging something. 10:41 Central Daylight Time, Chicago. A location. So there we are. Let's keep tuning. Next station.
Never forget 9/11. This year, our golf outing is happening on Wednesday, June 19th at McRae Memorial Golf Club in Barrington.
So this is 560 WIND, Chicago, Illinois, the answer. Now, it does have a high-pitched whine to it, and quite a few stations have it. The internal antenna, when I hook up the external antenna, goes away. So I'm hoping that external loopstick, when I do get that one, I will do another scan with that as well. We'll see how well that works. And you can just spin that, which is nice. Not to spin the radio. All right, let's go ahead and turn this up.
We serve your foursome today at 560theanswer.com/golf. That's 560theanswer.com/golf. Sponsored in part by Control Point.
Sometimes this will remove it, but only on one station, I noticed. You could also bring in an external loop in. Here's a Terk Advantage. Place it next to the radio, perpendicular. Tune to your frequency, and it should eliminate that birdie tone. There you go. I think it's coming from the screens.
It's a very good product. I swear by these. Probably the best products that I've ever used. I think they're just simply good for your body.
Well, that's kind of interesting, actually. I mean, you would think if you want to know why somebody blew the whistle, you just ask them, why did you blow the whistle?
So here's 580 WILL, excuse me, WILL, Urbana, Illinois. It's 150 miles to the south-southeast.
Right. So they don't talk about, the Hippocratic Oath or professional codes or human rights or
EQ.
The Bible or the law. They'll say things like, if I kept quiet, how could I hold my head up? Or, how could I look at myself in the mirror? Which I think is a way of saying, how could I respect myself? And to me, this is the language of honor,
cool.
As old-fashioned.
Just picking it up. So you can hear there's a low tone, definitely again from the displays, but bandwidth you can actually make out what the person's saying, and we can bring in our loop and eliminate that low hum. So this is a great investment along with this radio.
It can also improve your fuel economy, saving you money in fuel consumption.
So WKZO, Kalamazoo, Michigan, 140 miles to the east.
And check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more
pressure to cancel this thing, and based on the way that we feel about it, we just need an update. And I'll be honest with you, people were going on flat.
600 WMT, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, 175 miles to the west.
How many people were like, oh man, I'm going to miss Prayer Rabbit, Prayer Fox? No, it was the principle of the matter, okay, well, you're changing this incredibly iconic ride because you're afraid of what the public backlash is. Even though the guys who are running Disney now, the people who are running Disney now, they certainly would, they didn't. The Wauwatosa Product Development Center, which is a big, significant building. But, the question is...
Okay, so 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Again, you can hear the high-pitched whine, and I think this is the station where the internal tuning works.
They have products out there, but they did
there we go.
That they're going to close.
So I just eliminated it with this
put it this way, they're going to move workers
internal
from
tuner.
Silicon Valley and California.
But it only works for this station. I don't think it works in others, but I'll try all the other ones.
We have some Livewire employees in Wauwatosa. They're going to be at the headquarters. So at least in the short term, that gets some activity back in that building.
Mm-hmm. Well, and without a doubt, a notable development because you're consolidating two things and focused on where the company sees their future, and that's Livewire and the electric.
So yeah,
vehicles.
WTMJ, Milwaukee.
You continue to ramp up that operation.
iHeartRadio goes one-on-one with John Legend to find out some of the artists that influenced his music.
WMFN, Peatone, Illinois. So of course I'm hitting the buttons to tune up here as well.
Think about it. We went through probably the worst 25 games in White Sox history.
670 WSCR, Chicago, the score.
We very easily could have won at least a handful.
It was quite timely for us and for you, the GN listener. More to shine a light on
720 WGN Chicago.
Young journalists. I mean, kudos to her. Let me just share a part of that conversation with you after
Super
this.
strong.
The Queen of all things, the Queen of the Catholic radio. I could go on and on. Yes, we are looking for her.
750 WNDZ Portage, Indiana, Catholic Radio.
Because we love her. And because we know that...
To the rubber tonight. That'll be against the Braves in Atlanta with a 6:20 start. You can hear that one on 6:70 to score. The White Sox were blank yesterday, but they
WBBM Chicago Old Time Radio at night, 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. on weekdays.
At 6:40, right-hander Chris.
Filed to primary her in South Carolina. So, good for him. I say, get her out of there. I don't like
820 WCPT, Willow Springs, Illinois. Left wing station.
Sure.
She sounds like a nightmare boss. One of those people who takes.
Anyway, well, thank you for the Simpson Cooper and the Houston Comets. They're considered probably one of the greatest WNBA teams. No, my number 1 4 up in Minnesota.
You had a question for you sometime hanging over my head. I was trying to remember.
WNOV Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 300 watt station coming in from 52 miles away. Not too bad.
I don't know why she crossed my mind Mother's Day.
Definitely some noise. The loop would help, but we had to keep going. Now we're picking up something here. This is about 200 miles away. This is East Lansing, Michigan. Let's see if we can't tune it in. There we go. So WKAR, East Lansing, Michigan. Yeah, 195 miles to the east. Beautiful.
And facts. Those are funny things.
Confident that he is telling
this
the
is
truth.
WLS,
When you
Chicago.
have the truth and you don't worry about telling the truth.
And that means drafting Bronny if they can. I just don't know if all the NBA teams are going to go, you know what, we'll do LeBron a solid.
Big Badger, WOKY, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
If you think he can play,
Let's
then you
just see if
draft
it
him.
helps with the sound, the
No,
noise.
I'm not going to.
I think it will.
Team.
Yep, quiets right down.
LeBron wants to stay in L.A. Everything's in L.A. Family's in L.A. Building a home in L.A. His business, L.A. It's not like he's going to go, I'm going back to Cleveland. I don't see that.
And I'm just grateful because she had said the other night, I trust
WKBM,
you.
Sandwich, Illinois, Relevant Radio.
She still has a lot of questions, but she...
That sounds really bad. 940 WFAW, Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin. Again, this helped. Yes. Did we lose the signal, though?
Now that's a recession-resistant thing. Check them out. Go to mycomputercareer.edu
Wow.
and take their free career edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Need life insurance but have diabetes, high blood pressure, or on anxiety meds? If you're a 50-year-old male, even 40, or with type 2 diabetes, $1 million of life insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. For affordable term life insurance, call Term Provider and speak with Big Lou at 800-444-2013.
I turned it up instead of down. Yeah, we're getting off of this frequency. All right, 950 WNTD, Chicago, Relevant Radio.
Shows so sure of your faith, and now that I'm home and I'm experiencing the beauty.
And I think that Macchiarini thought that when he proposed to do a story for him on Swedish television, he was going to get the heroic treatment.
That's working. Okay, cool. Sometimes it works, sometimes it makes it worse. But 970 WHA, Madison, Wisconsin, NPR.
In the end, that...
Got to go a little quicker.
That I was saying that the refs were the reason the Knicks were losing. because I tweeted that, and then I went back around my business, and my nephew Eric, sitting next to me, is Uncle Michael.
1000 WMVP Chicago.
Yelling at you and screaming and saying that you're saying the referees decided this game.
Że nie jestem jeszcze w tym procesie, bo teraz on się rozpędza rzeczywiście. Nie jestem jeszcze aż tak.
I can mute right here. That's nice. Forgot about that. WNVR, Vernon Hills, Illinois.
To raczej nie mieliśmy aż tak ciekawych wystąpień, ale dzisiaj się to wszystko tutaj rozwija niewątpliwie, dlatego że...
You know, everybody's paying 10, 20, 30, more than that thousand than the asking price. Well, that's what drives up the value. So it's tougher, but, you know, they go into that. They also look at, you know, the conditions of the houses.
Oh, here I'm using this.
Sales areas. So in my neighborhood, it's probably...
WLIP, Kenosha, Wisconsin.
We're looking at comps. Where are we going for those comps? And then...
Nice. The music's coming from WHFB, Benton Harbor, Michigan, 95 miles to the east.
Things that are fiction. Like, I'm down to blur the lines between what's real and what's reality.
Yeah, this whole thing with the short stocks and all this stuff, it confuses me. But what will be worth more?
This is WTSO, Madison, Wisconsin.
I'm not going to pick GameStop stock, sorry. Unless
ludzi, którzy słuchają twojej stacji radiowej przez internet i chcą, na przykład są
WNWI, Oklahoma, Illinois.
W Alabamie i chcą się do nas zapisać, słyszeli na...
No han protegido a la mujer, sino que la han devaluado. Entonces, vamos a elegir los caminos adecuados que concorde a nuestra naturaleza verdaderamente.
KWXES, Chicago.
Debo despedirme, el tiempo se me va.
The drug-free daily supplement that helps your body fight pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor uses a unique formula of natural ingredients. It doesn't just mask pain, it helps reduce or even eliminate it. Wherever you're hurting, back, neck, joints, or muscles, in 3 weeks or less, you'll start to...
Okay, I was able to null out a little bit of noise with that manual tuner. 1130 is WISM Milwaukee.
Relief Factor can feel good again and let you enjoy all your favorite outdoor activities.
Or the remarkable,
it's
but
good stuff.
It's beyond good stuff. It's actually called The Gift of Forgiveness by Dr.
WYLL, Hope for Your Life, Chicago.
The key, friend, listen, this is the key to...
Yeah, I can't hover on that, but that's cool. That's WSQR, Sycamore, Illinois. The Q, or I like to call it the squirrel, because I used to call it the squirrel, and there's a squirrel on my radio. I always like to do that. I like the squirrel. It's awesome, and this rocks. It's cool having a nice music on AM.
Finales de los 90, el mundo entero vio el surgimiento de la sonrisa del fútbol. El hombre que se divertía jugando hacia del juego.
WRTO, Chicago.
El 21 de marzo de 1980 en Porto Alegre.
Fue contacto deportivo.
A finales de los 90, el mundo entero vio el surgimiento.
1220 is WKRS, Waukegan, Illinois, to the east.
Hacia del juego, una obra de arte.
The Russians blame us for, when they were doing all of their pogroms, they blamed us for the social unrest, they blamed us for financial issues.
Nice, so that is working in some situations. Okay, that's good to have this. I'm glad they included that. WCLO, Janesville, Wisconsin on 1230.
The Christian Crusaders would come in, round us.
WSBC, Chicago. And I don't know if I said 1230 was WCLO, Janesville, Wisconsin. Yeah, because WCLO is an agro station. I always mention that. But this is WSBC on 1240.
Більшість страхівок. Пропонуємо дискотні плани для пацієнтів без страхівок.
Okay, country music at WEKZ, Monroe, Wisconsin, 60 miles away. That's coming in pretty good, actually. Nice. Cool. All right, can't hover.
Billboard that
that continuously advertises your business free. Wrap it up with a vehicle wrap. Let the design pros at Chicago.
This is WBIG, Aurora, Illinois.
Van or fleet that makes the phone ring. Imagine getting work.
Picking up a hint of WZTI, Greenfield, Wisconsin. A little bit of noise.
Serial liar. I mean, there should be no reason that anybody should listen to this guy. But at the end,
1310 WIBA, Madison, Wisconsin.
Are trying to beat President Trump.
Humanity Restore, 7141 Harrison Avenue, across from Cherryvale Mall. Keep up with the latest on Facebook and Rockford Habitat.
WNTA, Rockford, Illinois. That jingle. Okay, the music there's WLBK, DeKalb, Illinois. College Town Music, which I don't think they're listening to. Doesn't sound so hip there. It's kind of old school. All right. There you go, 1380 WBEL, South Beloit, Illinois. That's some better music. I like that. It's coming in good with no birdie tones. Good deal.
Do what you gotta do. Call the number 773-231-7200. 773.
WGRB, Gospel Radio. Nice. I like this. I always think of the Blues Brothers.
Consultation. Call the number 773-231.
We discuss World Cocktail Day with an expert Wisconsin bartender. Nightlight with Pete Schwaba, weeknights 7 till 9. The Todd Alma Show. Terry Barr, host of Sparks of Wisconsin.
WRGN, Racine, Wisconsin.
96.7 FM. For a little lighthearted lawlessness on Sunday afternoon.
1410 is WRMN, Elgin, Illinois. Usually got radio shopping shows going on. Very cool.
Outrageous handled remarks, whether you're talking about
72 raisins. You know, it's not 72 virgins when you murder yourself as a Muslim terrorist.
Okay, this is WROK, Rockford, Illinois.
On this weekend, I guess I'm going to have to wait.
WRLL, The Rio, Cicero, Illinois. Keeps wanting to focus on my hand here. All right.
Country, WKEZ Beloit, Iron Country 1019 and 1490, a Thompson radio station.
That sounds good. Iron Country, WGEZ, Beloit, Wisconsin. You got the call letters. Awesome.
As we sat on the front porch of that old...
Just picking up a hint of WCKG, Elmhurst, Illinois. WPTT, Hartford, Wisconsin. I'll have the pop-up here. I don't have it written down here. Country station, it's pretty awesome. It's picking it up. I think it's 60 miles away. I'm just guessing.
I'm Barry Bell. Here's what Wisconsin needs to know. Oral arguments are today in the Supreme Court case that could bring absentee ballot drop boxes back.
Watertown, Wisconsin, WTTN.
Former conservative majority ruled nothing.
가정은 모든 안식처와 또 생명의 근원과 뿌리가
WCGO, Evanston, Illinois, to the east.
정말 소중한 기관입니다. 이 가정의
Nothing there. Okay. Ah, we're picking up a hint of Iowa City, Iowa. Nice. The mighty KCJJ. It's music in the evening, so we can't tune in better. There you go, not bad. We got some music going on 1630. Love it. Yeah, I think it's, like I said, 175 miles to the west. All right, keep going.
Radio.com/pushback. From education and humanities to
WSJP, Sussex, Wisconsin, relevant radio. We're almost through.
For independent thinker.
And which was the River Clover Method.
Okay, 1670 WOZN, Madison, Wisconsin, The Zone, Sports.
Beautiful little bit of...
Martin O'Malley. Social Security reserves are falling, with spending outpacing income, partially due to increasing baby boomer retirements and an aging U.S. population, as experts say.
WBON, Chicago. Okay, we're done. So, yeah, let's go ahead and just turn it off. And yeah, let's leave the lights on. Yeah, let's talk about really quickly what I think. So medium wave isn't great on its internal antenna, and I figured that because of all these lighting and electronics in there. They just couldn't shield it enough, I don't think. Even if the antenna's down here, I think it's still picking up what's going on with these screens and everything else. This does help in some instances, but not ever all the cases that you heard it, just a few. It's not bad to have an internal tuner. But this will probably work really well when you have your external loop sticks. That's what this is for as well, to control those. So that is a nice feature to have. It tunes just like a capacitor, like an external, like the Terk Advantage over there that I keep putting off the table. Nice thing is you can have a Terk Advantage, put it next to the radio, and eliminate most of the noise, as you heard. That's a handy thing to have. So if you're going to get this radio, we're definitely going to explore Loopstick, probably the best option. But at least you got an idea what to expect with medium wave, with its built-in internal antenna, without any type of loops or anything. Just using this manual tuning, try to help you out a little bit with the RFI built into the radio. So there it is. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a like if you did. If you like the radio, give it a big like. It's a fun experimental radio, enthusiast radio. I'm really enjoying it. It does a lot of things. It may not look cool to some people. It may look awesome to some. So it depends on what you like. I'll have links below again to this radio if you so desire to pick one up. It helps the channel out immensely. So yeah, and of course too, if you like Raddy products and want to see more, hit subscribe at the bell icon. Get notified of future videos. I'm going to do a lot with this radio in particular, so definitely stay tuned. And 3, comment below what you think about the RF919. Are you in the market for one if the price drops? Right now the price is kind of high, but there's competition. There's a couple other manufacturers out there, and I expect a 3rd or 4th one to pop up. So the price is probably going to, I'll bet you, drop down to 200 or maybe even see it sub 200. And when it gets to that level, I think it's a must buy because the single sideband alone is just fantastic to tune. You'll love it. And of course, adding external antennas, you'll have a joy. There's a lot involved with that too. It's awesome. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in my next video.